Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with the first update for my non-Project 10 pan. I had the intro 2 weeks ago and I have 12 products that I'm trying to work through, and when I finish 10 of them, then this project will be over. So to start with, I do have one product that I've finished, and that was the Body Shop body butter in the scent Vineyard Peach. This is completely finished, so I finished this off today, and I didn't have much of this left, and I go through these pretty quickly, but for the last few months I've had this kind of sitting around, and I kind of was like, oh, I don't want to use it before I'm getting ready for work in the morning because like it takes too long to sink into my skin. But this past 2 weeks I've just used this every morning, and I found that what I thought about this wasn't really true. I found that this worked really well. It sunk into my skin really nicely. I don't know if it's because it's like winter months and it's drier, my skin's drier, that this worked better versus using it like in the summer, but I really enjoyed this, and it was no problem for me to get through it quickly. So that just goes to show that sometimes you might have a thought about a product, but it might not necessarily be the case. So I really enjoyed this and finished this one off. So one product down, and now I'll show you the progress on everything else. So I have firstly the Vasanti Brighten Up Enzymatic Face Rejuvenator. I always find the title of this very tongue twistery, but my first mark was, this was from a different project, but I basically started here, but in 2 weeks time, I haven't really made notable progress on this. Maybe like over like a month it will be more noticeable. This isn't something that I use every day. I use this maybe like 3 times a week. So in like 6 uses over 2 weeks, it just isn't that noticeable of progress, but I have been using this consistently. I just think it's a kind of a slow moving-esque product, but working on that. My next item is from First Aid Beauty. This is the Skin Rescue Purifying Mask with red clay, and you can see my kind of estimation. It's sometimes hard to measure this type of stuff because you have to kind of squeeze out the air and you don't know if there's product on the sides, that sort of thing. But I estimate that I started about here and now I'm down to here. And this also is a product, I just use this once a week, so the past 2 weeks I've used this twice. But based on my progress, I would say I might have about 2 months worth of use of this, maybe about 8 more uses. But yeah, I'm working on this. Some of these things I do use daily, so you can kind of see faster progress. Other things, especially for skincare, it's not a product that you want to be using daily. So it's like in 2 weeks, a 2-week update, I'm only kind of showing maybe 2 uses for some of these products. That would be the case of this one. This is the Glycol Latic Radiance Renewal Mask. Now this one has this sort of bag sort of packaging. So I can't really measure it, but this looks very empty, and when I look at it, it feels very empty. Like every time I use it, I kind of expect that's going to be the last time I'll be able to use it. So I've used this twice over the past 2 weeks. This is another product I use once a week. So this one, I expect, and I kind of, I don't know, just be looking at it, I expect that I probably have 1 or 2 uses left of this. So I think by the next update that I will have this finished, but we'll just have to see if that's the case. But this one shouldn't have many uses left. Next I have my Korres. This is the Pomegranate Moisturizing and Balancing Cream Gel. It's just my daily like AM moisturizer. So this one's another one I can't really measure, but you can see how much I had left. Last time I had hit the bottom of the container, but now I've done more so, and I've kind of divided it down the middle because I think I'll start working on one side, use that up, and then work on the other side. But I would say I might have about 4 weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks of use left in this, so this one shouldn't take me that long, but just based on how much progress I've made in 2 weeks, that's kind of my estimate with this one. And this is something I do use as my like morning moisturizer, so I'm using it every morning. Next, I have my eye cream, another Korres product. This is the Black Pine Firming Lifting and Anti-Wrinkle Eye Cream. And this one I've used up. I had another Origins Ginseng Eye Cream that I used up in January. So now I'm using this in the morning and the evening, when previously I was just using it in the evening. This one's kind of hard to measure. I try to squeeze out all the air, and I really don't have much left. It's just that little bit at the bottom. So I was able to go through this quite quickly, actually, because I just got this in November. Usually eye creams take me forever to go through, but this one is hard for me to kind of gauge how long it's going to take, but I really don't have much left. I don't think I'll be able to finish up it in 2 weeks. This might be maybe a month worth of product left, or maybe a little slightly more, but we'll just have to see with this one how quickly I can go through it. But it's really hard for me to like measure it just because of how the packaging is. So that is that, but you can kind of see I've squeezed out the air, and you can see I just have like this bottom little bit left. Next, I have another product that is hard to measure. This is the Fresh Sugar Lip Polish. This I've had in lots of projects, but I have been using this consistently over the past 2 weeks. So I'm going to try to see what I have left. I'm just like right under the sugar wording. So I should mark this one. But it's kind of hard because on this side I'm right at the sugar wording, but it kind of goes up a little farther on this side. So it's kind of hard because this one, because of the formula, it's not a liquid that's all going to settle and be at the same line. I could use one side more than the other, and you know, making a line at one point isn't necessarily accurate for the measurement. So this one's kind of tricky to measure, but I have been using it consistently. I use it when I use the Vasanti. So I use both of these about 3 times a week, and kind of just have do all my exfoliating at once. So I have been better with using this one. And then I have the Dermstore Lip Quench. This is a moisture-infused lip treatment. Now, this is very thick, and I like to use it with the lip scrub. This I am almost done with. So this is my mark from the last time, and now I'm down to here. So really there's barely anything left here. I think if I really focused on this, I could finish this in the next 2 weeks, but it might take more like a month to get through this one. And then finally for skincare, I have my sunscreen. This is the Kiko Photo Age Sunscreen Cream, and it's SPF 30. So this one I've been using every day. So this one also is kind of hard to measure. I don't know if my line is quite accurate, but this is where I estimate that I started, and now I'm here. And this is a sunscreen I just use on my face, so I don't need a ton of it. So I think I'll kind of slowly work through this one, but I have been using it consistently. So I'll just have to see how long this one takes and how much progress I can make there. Now for the hair care items. The first one is this Rev Up Volumist. It's supposed to be for like curly hair, to give some like body to your hair. I've just been using it as a spray and like leave-in conditioner. So I estimated that I started here and then I'm about here. I think I'm actually down a little farther. It's just really hard to measure it. I try to like look in, like screw the top off of it and look in with a light. It's just really hard to measure, but just from like feel, I feel like I don't have like this much left. But this one I'm just gonna see how long it takes. I mean, it could be another 2, maybe like another month worth, but this one's just kind of hard to measure. But I have been using this one every day. Next I have my Aveda. This is the Light Element Smoothing Fluid. This I had in so many products, that have so many marks in it. But this one, so you can see, this little line is kind of where I started and then where I am now. The problem with this, I do use it every day, but I don't need a lot of it. So it's just a very slow moving product, but it is something that I've been working on for a long time throughout 2015, and I really want to finish. So I like having it in projects because it just motivates me to keep using it, and I can actually see what progress I'm making on it. So there's the progress there, not a lot. Kind of depending how long some of these other products take, this may or may not be realistic to finish in this project, but again, I just want to keep measuring my progress with this and just get through this. So there's where I am there. And then finally, I have my fresh Hesperides Grapefruit Rollerball. So you can see my line of where I started and then where I am now. So based on my current progress, I would say this might take another about 5 or 6 weeks. And this I have been using consistently. I've actually been using this pretty consistently since December. So, you know, one of these might take, I guess, about 3.5 months to finish, or at least the way I use it. Now with this, I just apply it in the morning. I don't bring it with me and like reapply it a lot throughout the day, although I could, because the scent on this doesn't last all day. It lasts a few hours, so I definitely could bring it with me and reapply, but normally I don't do that. I don't know, it's just not something that I'm like reapplying my perfume throughout the day, but I do think I can get through this fairly quickly, definitely in a couple of updates. So, or maybe 3, or I guess like 3 updates maybe. But yes, that is my update on everything. I think so well this project is going well. Definitely I've been using all these products consistently, if that is, you know, daily, or some of them I use weekly. I just haven't gotten into a good schedule of using everything, so I think this project has definitely helped with that, to really help my motivation to really get through some of these items, and a lot of them that I've had kind of sitting around for a while. So yeah, that's my update, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.